Welcome to a blockbuster transfer bonanza.
Where we get the hospital ward of news. All the patients, they represent speculation. The life support machine is lies. And we want to get the lies away from them. And only the truth lives, everyone else dies. It's horrible, really, but that's what we're doing.
That was horrific. Never go into any hospitals. Right, let's start off with the massive... Go on.
I just read about Liverpool against Hull, mate.
It is funny. Right.
Dawson!
Yeah, right, come on. Gundogan, this is massive. We haven't spoken about him all year. He's not featured in a single transfer bonanza since the sort of 2012, 2013 summer window when he was the Vidal of his era, really. A huge transfer saga. We were linked to him every single week and we didn't buy him. But as of the other day, according to German Sky Sports German News, it's all happening. £21.5 million. That is 30 million euros. A figure that might be higher if it wasn't for the fact that he's only got a year left on his contract, which is forcing Borussia Dortmund to sell him this summer. He's sort of implied, it would appear to Dortmund officials, that he wants to leave. He's not interested in signing a new contract, although the player hasn't come out and said that publicly. That's what we seem to get from the papers. They don't want to lose him for a free in a year like they did with Lewandowski. So, selling is their only option. Let me tell you this, Ian Smith.
Yes, go on,
The
please.
moment German Sky Sports News broke this story, we heard from the Mail, we heard from the Star, we heard from Kicker.
Kicker!
Yes,
Kicker
right.
got involved.
They did, as did Bild, as did
crumbs.
ESPN, as did Gold. Basically, every news outlet suddenly went, German Sky Sports News have got this. Boom, we'll have this.
See if it's in the Star.
Everybody's saying 21.5 million. Jurgen Klopp has come out and said, it is usual we get this sort of interest. He did not deny the story, he accepted it's there. As the story has moved on, an official from Borussia Dortmund has come out and said, do you know what he said, Ian?
No, I don't.
He said, we've not spoken to Manchester United and since November 2014. And even then...
Sweet Jesus, mate!
It wasn't about Gundogan.
We're signing Hummels!
Well, we'll talk about that in a bit.
Wrapped up, November, we nailed him down!
He didn't say it was Hummels, but we'll talk about Hummels in a minute. What we do know is that football clubs, we can reference our beloved Manchester United in this. When we signed Juan Mata, before he arrived quite majestically from above in helicopter, the club vehemently denied we were signing this player. I'm talking Woodward, Moyes, Charlton, Ferguson, Sharp, Giggs. Everybody's saying, we're not signing Mata, we're not signing Mata. And before you know it, there he is in a helicopter. Because all the clubs will always deny everything until everything is 100% signed, because there's lots to be done in these contracts. So we can't necessarily take that into account. I'm not saying that means he's coming. I'm just saying we can't always listen to what the clubs actually say.
You might want to hold on to your socks, because I've got a little bit of juicy information for you.
Go on.
Gundogan recently had a sore throat. Or did he? That's all I'm going to say, mate. He had a sore throat where all this nonsense was going on. He had a sore throat from negotiating contracts, and Borussia Dortmund were unhappy with him, so they said it's sore throat. You can play with a sore throat.
Probably could play with a sore throat.
Coming, mate.
However, as this story has moved on, Arsenal, Bayern Munich, now heavily linked as well.
I think that's because Manchester United's transfers, they get speculated about so much. If there's even a hint of, we might be signing something for 21 million, other clubs will go, hang on a second, 21 million seems all right. 25 million.
Yeah. 23 million.
We need to try and keep it a secret. We've
got
some moles within the ground.
Yeah, I mean, we're not help. We're part of the problem.
Yeah,
we're part of the problem. Right, let's move on then to defender deals. Mats Hummels.
Hang on a minute, mate. We've apparently agreed an 80 million transfer.
For Mats Hummels?
I'm just trying to keep their hands off.
Oh, good idea. That's really clever.
80
million for Hummels.
Basically, Hummels has come out this week and...
Come out this week.
He's come out this week, but I think we should still sign him. He's still a great player.
Yeah, definitely sign him.
I don't have anything against that, mate. That's your issues if you want to be against that.
It's not what I said.
He's just come out and he's just said, I'm sick of this.
He's
fed
up.
Fed up of all the speculation.
Yeah.
He wants to get on with playing soccer ball.
To be fair to him, it's not like he went out of his way to say this. He had people time after time after time going, what's happening in Manchester United? What's happening in Manchester United? What's happening in Manchester United? And he said, you know what? I sort of clarified this a bit a few weeks ago, and that was when he said he's thinking about his future. He wouldn't mind playing abroad, and Manchester United is a bloody good football club. So, my opinion, just this guy, I think this is probably going to happen. But Smitty, what do you think?
I'm just worried, mate. We always get linked to people, and then they don't come, and then we get someone like Di Maria, who's a great player, but it's just like at the wrong position. We'll probably sign another goalkeeper or something.
Well, we'll talk about goalkeepers later in part 2 of this. Don't forget there is a part 2 where we talk about the likes of David De Gea. Right, let's move on to Nathaniel Klein.
Les Reed, I was going to say Leo Reed, but that's not his name.
No.
Les Reed
Or Lou Reed.
has come out and said that he is close to a new deal, which is a complete contrary to what we were saying last week.
Yep.
It looked like Klein was stalling on his contract.
Yep.
Ronald Koeman was coming out and saying, like, you got to make your mind up, son.
Yeah.
We thought it looked like he wanted to come to United. Apparently he's close to signing a new deal, and Les Reed says we are in constant communication.
I don't know if I trust him.
Constant. Think what that means. He's never not talking to him. You might have seen when Southampton played Tottenham, there was a man just screaming at Klein for the whole match. Constant communication.
We give you a 2% goal bonus. Just constantly.
Nathaniel!
Right, let's talk about Memphis.
Memphis. It's a really lovely place in America. Now, if you want to get there, you probably
No.
have to pay about $5.
No, I'm talking about the PSV Eindhoven sort of left winger.
No, that makes sense.
Memphis Depay.
Yeah.
Right, let's talk about him. So, he says that he will say nothing more about any of this. He's got nothing going on. Some ESPN, I think, ran the headline, Depay says no to United, where actually the comments were, have you signed for Manchester United, was the question. He said, no, there's nothing to tell you at this time. There's nothing going on. I know there's nothing going on, so I'll only talk about it when that happens. So he's staying quite quiet. He has said this, though. It's a dream, because someone said, you know, figures are, 25, 30 million. He's like, that's a dream for every footballer. Everybody wants to be sold for 25 to 30 million pounds. I don't know how to feel it. How would you feel if you were sold for 25 million pounds?
Oh, well, what for?
We'll say to Arsenal Fan TV.
No, I wouldn't like that, because I feel like it's against my will. It's not the money, it's the destination. That's what I think, guys.
No, that was sort of quite
Well,
philosophical.
also, he might be saying that he's not going to say anything, but I ain't going to stop him doing
No, his
bloody
fingers.
is it?
We liked him a month ago when he was favourite in tweets linking to United. We dislike him a bit more.
Now?
We like him less is a better way to phrase this.
Dislike him
We like
more.
him less because he's now liked on Facebook a comment that someone wrote to him, welcome to Liverpool, and he liked it. What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't toy with our emotions.
He's being sarcastic to him, like.
Yeah, good one. Because he's got an ego, I guess. That's what this means. But Ronaldo's got an ego. Louis van Gaal's got... Having an ego is the kind of thing that pushes you to become the best player on earth.
Mate, I tell you who else has got an ego.
It's okay, I guess.
I imagine.
Go on.
Cavani.
He probably has.
I don't know, but...
He probably has.
This is some of the strikers that we've been linked with. Cavani and Benteke. There isn't a lot in these. The PSG chairman said 35 million bid for Cavani. We wouldn't even look at it.
How would he know?
Exactly, that's what I'm asking you. How do you know
Not to
that
look at it.
35 million bids come in if you don't look at it?
You've
So
got to
you've
look
gotta
at it to dismiss it.
So you can look at it and then go 35 million. Oh,
Oh,
no,
look at that again.
Nothing more.
Look at that
But
again.
you have to.
Let me ask you this.
Right.
Why don't we do a quick poll? Put your hand up if you'd like United to sign Cavani.
I don't know.
No one. Okay, Benteke, apparently he's staying focused at Aston Villa. Liverpool, we know, are interested. AC Milan, apparently applying a swoop. I know when you say about like Danny Ings or some of that kind of player.
Squad player.
Yeah, Benteke is going to cost a lot of money to be a squad player, I think.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about Roma.
No.
Kevin Strootman. We're not signing him. But what's happened, Ian?
Nainggolan. Basically, we've been linked with Strootman, but his knee's fallen off, and it keeps falling off, and they can't glue it back on. So this Nainggolan has been playing. He's been doing a good job. Everyone's been like, hang on a second, it's like Strootman never bloody left. And also, this guy is sort of arguing with the club, or apparently, rumours, don't know what facts are, he wants to be on the same as his other defensive midfield counterpart, $4 million a year, so maybe there's going to be some tension there, so maybe he'll go to another club, but that's all it is, it's just a bunch of maybes,
Yeah, it's from Gazzetta dello Sport, and they just sort of say, well, United wanted Strootman, they couldn't get Strootman, Nainggolan's his replacement in Roma, they probably want his replacement, and they're giving £4 million a year. I just wrote down on my notes £4 million a year, because that's all it seemed to be. Yeah. Now, who's next? Let's talk about scoutabouts.
Oh,
not this kind of scouts.
To Brazil.
That's right. We've looked at two international players, one Dorado, 21, and one Sasha, 23. Looks like Dorado is the one we're more interested in. And he says this: every player dreams of Bayern, Chelsea, Barcelona, Manchester United, Real Madrid. Didn't mention a few teams there, did he?
Mentioned Liverpool.
Liverpool.
He put Chelsea before us, so I'm not happy about that.
I'm not happy about that either.
Every player dreams about the salary that Chelsea gives you.
Yeah.
That's it.
And we're not happy about that. Right, that is your part one of your transfer bonanza. Now, watch part two. We're talking about the likes of David De Gea, Tom Cleverley, Robin Van Persie, Hernandez, who else? Johnny Evans.
Januzaj.
Yes.
Ben Amos might come up again.
Who knows? Watch it.